We are so excited about being with Sharon today. We hate that we cannot be there with you guys in person, but we do praise God for the ministry of the internet. Praise God. And we are just so grateful for this opportunity. I want to thank God, first of all, for the opportunity. And then I would also like to thank my mom, who's the health ministry leader for the Omaha Sharon Seventh day Adventist Church, and for asking us to come and do this. We were supposed to be there in person, but I guess God had a different plan. And so his ways are not our ways. And so we just thank God that we can still meet with you guys today. When I was a little girl, I used to watch my mom give health seminars and Sabbath school seminars and presentations. And I just thank God that I had her as an amazing mentor and example to show me how to do these things here today. What would I do without you, Mom? I love you. Um, so, anyway, let's start out with a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you so much for who you are in our lives, God. And I know that there is nothing too hard for you, Father. And I know that a lot of us are dealing with health issues and COVID. And Lord, we need healing today, Father God. We need change today, Lord. And I'm just asking, Father, in the name of Jesus, that you would motivate us, Father God, to want to live for you and to make healthy choices and have healthy lifestyles where we can be used and led by you, Father. So I'm asking that you would go inside each home, each car, each place, Father, wherever people are listening, fill them with the Holy Spirit and send your angels to just cover them and prepare them and be ready to receive your word. In your name I pray. Amen. So, you see these vases right here. They are beautiful. I love pottery. I remember as a little girl going with my mom to ceramics class and going with my sisters and watching them do ceramics. Valerie and Mila, they would make a lot of pottery and things like that. And, I got to thinking, that's how God is. He's our potter and we're the clay. And when you look at these vases and these pottery things here in the picture, the potter, he didn't know how they were going to be. We don't know. First, it's just a piece of clay. So we're all a work in progress. And we're in a construction site, a construction zone, so that God can work on us and make us who we want, who he wants us to be, so that we can fill out his purpose for him. And so I want you guys to be thinking about this pottery and these vases here and think about how can you live God's full purpose and be used by him? How can you walk in your purpose that God has planned for you? If you're sick, can you do it? If you have a lot of health issues, it makes it a little harder. So we're going to talk about how can we allow God to shape us and mold us and form us into who he wants us to be. Well, we're going to be talking about we need to reach and achieve wellness. We need to reach for success. If you are listening to this today, congratulations on choosing a happy, healthy you. And every time you reach for something to drink, or to eat, think about how it will affect your body and other people around you. Sometimes my kids have had to snatch chocolate from me or snatch food that they said, no, mommy, you can't be having that. Because earlier on, I used to be vegetarian, and then I started having issues with my breast. And so I had to have some surgeries, have some tumors removed. Thank God they weren't cancerous, but I still have some issues. So we have to be careful. And so the nurse told me, ma'am, you're going to need to get off that chocolate and caffeine. I was not happy. I was like, those are my two favorite things. And she even said I needed to get off of dairy. And she said, and you will start feeling better, because I remember had made some double chocolate brownies, and oh my goodness, they were so amazing. And let me tell you, I was in some serious pain, and it was awful. So I don't want to have to go through any more surgeries. So my kids and my family, they try to encourage me to eat healthy, because I want to be around for my children and for my husband, and I want to be able to do God's work. So you have to eat things that will affect your overall health. Reach for things that will change your body for the good. Now, here's the first thing we should reach for when we wake up in the morning time. How many glasses of water do you drink a day, or cups, should I say? We should be drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. Our body is made up of 70% water. And look at that. You can look at this flyer right here and check it out. And when we don't drink enough water, then our livers become dehydrated and many functions are lost. And our stomach secretes water during digestion and helps the whole digestion process. So if we're not drinking enough water, then we get into having those digestive problems and things like that. So we have to drink water. Well, how am I supposed to know how much water I'm supposed to drink? You're going to take your weight and you're going to divide it by 2. And whatever answer you get, that's how much water you're supposed to be drinking. So if you are 200 pounds, then you need to be drinking 100 ounces a day. So here's something that my family and we have done. Sometimes we will take bottles. We try to fill them up at nighttime, sit them on the counter so that they're ready to go in the morning time. Now, my husband, he drinks a gallon of water a day. I'm not there yet. Shh, don't tell him. And then my kids, they have their little jugs that they drink, because my son has sickle cell. He has to drink 90 to 100 ounces a day, okay? So anyway, we drink our water every day. When the kids were a little younger, a few years back, we used to have water races and stuff like that. And we see who could finish their water first that day. Then I made a chart for the kids, and if they finished up their water each day for the week, I can't remember, I think I gave them a prize or something. So drink your water. You know what? I had an uncle. He said, I'm allergic to water. And you know what? I went home telling my mama, is he really allergic to water? Is Uncle Donald allergic to water, Mama? I didn't know somebody could be allergic to water. And she said, no, baby, he's not allergic to water. Uncle Donald's acting up. And God bless his soul. I wish he was still here, but he would tell me he was allergic to lettuce and water. And I was young and innocent, so I really thought he was. But we can make all these excuses. Well, I don't like how water tastes. And, ooh, it don't taste right. And things like that. We'll buy some flavor and put it in there. It needs to be clear, though. They have the Propel packs. Put a lemon in there, put a cucumber or something. One more thing we've done, and then I'm going to move on. I have filled up clear water basins, and I've let the kids put different fruits, and we've had flavored water throughout the day sitting on the counter. So please drink your water. Now, we're going to talk about COVID-19. So many people are being affected by COVID-19. Either you've lost a loved one, or you have a loved one or someone in your family that has had it, or you have had it. 1 out of 5 people, that usually if people have their tests done, 1 out of 5 people, their test will come out and it'll say, oh, they're negative. But that 1 out of 5 people might be positive. And I know somebody, I have a friend who they went to the hospital, they took the COVID test, and they said, nope, you don't have COVID, you're okay. But they were still sick, so they let them stay in the hospital. Well, then they tested my friend again, and about 4 or 5 days, they had COVID. And then they tested them again about 10, 20 days later or something like that, and they still had COVID. And then it was just like, wow. And it took them a whole month before they got a test again to show that they didn't have COVID anymore. So this saying, well, you can quarantine for 14 days and then you'll be okay. No, ma'am. You need, if you have COVID, you need to stay at home until your test comes back saying that you don't have COVID. And there's also different forms of taking the test. They have the kind where they just swab your nose, like with the Q-tip or whatever. But then they have the kind where they go way back. Those ones are really accurate. And so there's different kinds. So just make sure you're getting the right test and that it's being administered correctly. And wait till you get your results back before you go around people. And even after the 14 days is up, please go back and get another test to make sure that you don't have it, because you need to not have any symptoms or fevers for 48 hours before you can say that you are COVID free. So that's just a little bit of information. Well, a lot of people don't know, well, how can I stay away from getting COVID? Or how, if I have COVID, what can I do? Well, I have a friend who did some natural remedies, and she did it as soon as she felt sick. And with that day, she started feeling better. By the next day, she was fine. It took her 2 days to clear it up. You can't sit around at home if you feel a little itch or something. You can't sit at home. Well, I'm not feeling well. I don't know. I'm going to sit at home. No, you have to jump on it right away. I had another friend, one of my aunties, they had the symptoms, but they tested negative for it. But I shared with her some things to do, which I'm going to share with you today. And she was feeling better. And she also took an antibiotic, I think. And she was feeling better the next day. And I mean, she sounded deathly ill. So I just praise God. God has given us these medicines. There's herbs that are healing for the nation that we can use. Doctors are also treating COVID with Z-Pak and zinc, and I forget the other name. It starts with the H, but hydroxy something. And so those are things that they're treating patients with. So here's what you can do to prevent from getting COVID. Wear a mask, wear a face shield, wear gloves when you go to the gas station and ATM, and then throw it away immediately when you're done. Social distance yourself 6 to 12 feet apart. Listen, I do 20 feet. I'm just going to tell you right now. I back and try to really get away from people as much as possible. And we just stay in. Quarantine is the best way to get rid of this. But, I look around, people are playing basketball, going out to eat, going to the mall, and nobody's staying in because people don't care anymore. I saw a soccer game going on. Nobody had masks on. I was like, wow. So anyway, avoid social gatherings, especially inside. But if you've just got to have a social gathering, please do it outside and still distance yourself. You can't wear a mask when you eat. So avoid eating out, and especially in a restaurant, because you can't wear a mask and you're still spreading it, because COVID comes out like droplets and particles. So they're really small, and the particles can go really far and get on surfaces and get on you, and you can breathe it in. So if you don't have a mask, is not only protecting you, but if you have symptoms and don't even know, because some people are asymptomatic and they don't even know. Asymptomatic is when you don't have any symptoms, but you still test positive for COVID. You still need to wear a mask, because somebody else could be around you and be exposed to you, and you may not have any symptoms, and that person could catch COVID and be worse off than you. So those are some things to think about. Please do online groceries. Walmart, Aldi's, Target, Baker's, Kroger's. You can go online, do your grocery order. They can deliver it to you, or you can go and pick it up. So those are some easy ways. You just have to plan more. People say, well, I just go into the store. If I need something, I got to go right now. Well, you can make a list and write everything down. And I keep a running list on my countertop of different things that I need to get. And we try to go to the grocery store every 2 weeks or once a week. We don't run up there every day because we're trying to limit our exposure. And when I say go to the grocery store, we're doing a pickup order. Someone's putting it in my trunk because we're limiting the exposure of getting it. Now, here are some things. This is a daily regimen that you can take every day. So there's vitamin C. You need to take 1,000 milligrams every day. You can get vitamin C from the Dollar Tree, okay? You can order it on Amazon. You can get it in powder form, liquid form, pill form, whichever form works for you form. So you take 500 in the morning and 500 in the evening. The reason why you don't take all of them together is because you're just going to pee it out. So you want to spread it out so that it's more effective and it absorbs in your body better that way. You want to do D3, zinc, and multivitamins. These are things that you can get on Amazon, and your kids need to be doing the same thing. You also need to be eating 5 servings of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables every day. Okay, so remember that. That's very important. If you do get COVID, then you need to try to eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables so that you can build up your immune system and get those vitamins into your body. Now, a lot of people I see are eating a lot of sweets during COVID and posting, ooh, I made a cake and I made a cupcake and I made, and let me tell you, I love me some sugar. So I'm not trying to step on any toes right now. I'm just telling you, I love sugar. I am Raymond Davis's daughter. And so I haven't made a cake, but I'm trying to figure out how to make a cake because I miss my cake and I'm ready to jump through the screen when I see some of these pictures of all the amazing different things that everybody's making. It looks the bomb. Well, here are some sweeteners that you can use in the place of refined sugar. You can still make your cakes and your cupcakes and, whatever you're making, pudding, whatever. Just use these sweeteners, and that is going to really help you a lot. There's stevia in the raw coconut. Swerve is great for diabetics. There's date syrup, maple syrup, um, agave nectar. There's dates I put in smoothies. There's raw organic turbinado sugar and honey. There's all sorts of sweeteners. You have to find out which one works for you, but just try to switch to this and keep making all the cakes and pies and whatever you're trying to make them, but use these sweeteners instead. Because when you use the refined sweeteners, they go through your body at a faster rate and they tear down your organs, and they're just not good. And the effects that the refined sugar has on your body and your pancreas and your liver is not good. And you lessen and shorten the lifetime of your organs by eating refined sugar. So still enjoy your sweets, but just do it in a different way. Change the way you think. So, moringa powder is another amazing thing that you can take, okay, to help you fight off COVID and all the different things. Now, you also need to go outside each day and get fresh air and sunlight for at least, I put up there 15, but at least 10 to 15 or 20 minutes a day. And if you have COVID, you really need to go outside and sit out there as long as you can right now while it's warm. But this is really important and essential. Now, here's some other things that you can take: rapid immune boost, licorice tea. I think I had COVID when I was sick back in January. I think COVID came to the US sooner before people were aware of it because I was really sick and I had all the symptoms. No appetite. I coughed a lot. I couldn't control it. Hardly nothing controlled it. But it wasn't until I went I took the rapid immune boost, and then one of my friends who was also herbalist told me about taking mullein. And so I took the mullein, and that really helps for people with breathing and asthma problems and for COVID. Consult your doctor. I also took the licorice tea. I believe she told me about that too. And then look, you can even take licorice root. My doctor back in Florida, he is taking licorice every day and turmeric. And so he still got COVID, but it was at a smaller rate. He didn't have it as bad. And he said he feels like it's because of the licorice and turmeric that he was taking, but he said there's no cure for this COVID right now. So everybody try to stay in as much as possible. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do that my friend did that had the COVID, she did hot and cold showers. You're going to rotate, do 3 to 4 rotations where you do hot first. First, just take your shower and then do hot first for 15 to 30 seconds and then do cool first. Now, gradually turn on the cool and stop it at the level that you can stop it at. Don't just turn it up real cold if you can't handle it. Just go down as cool as you can. And when you can't take it anymore, then keep it at that level and then switch back to hot and make sure you end in cool or cold water. There are so many benefits of doing team cold, team hot shower. And one of them is it stimulates the immune system. You can go back and watch the video and watch the other benefits of that and put it on pause. Now, something else that you can do is essential oils. Rub the oils on your chest, peppermint, lavender, thieves, breathe, eucalyptus. You can get these at Walmart, your health food store, Amazon, Young Living, doTERRA, things like that. And the thing is that you're going to want to apply a liberal amount on your chest, and then you're going to put a liberal amount on your feet. And I want you to go Google the benefits of putting essential oils on your toes, and it's going to show you the central nervous system and how each toe affects different parts of your nervous system in your body. So if you will rub those on really good and rub it in really good, each toe and even in between the toes, and then put your socks on, put your plastic bags like Walmart bag or something over your feet, tie it up. Don't tie it too tight. I don't want you to have poor circulation, okay? And then put socks on and then go to bed. And it's going to draw out your fever. It's going to draw out COVID, any poison toxins or anything like that. So this is something amazing you can do. Now, I want to show you how to make this natural antibiotic. All right, so we're going to be making this natural antibiotic. I've got 8 to 10 cloves of garlic, and I've got fresh ginger. Put in a big root of fresh ginger and diced it. There's all the herbs. The recipe is on the next slide. There's fresh oregano, and then we're going to do about 5 drops of peppermint oil. And then we're going to blend it up. I just wanted to show you the different things that I'm using. You can buy a bag of zinc powder, and you can also get this. This is omega-3s. And a lot of times why we're sick is because we are missing nutrients and vitamins in our diet. This is one reason. And then sometimes things just happen. And this is the type of moringa powder that I use. It's by Nature Vibe. You can get it on Amazon. It's very inexpensive. And then you just blend everything up, and you also add the turmeric. And that's pretty much it. And you take this every day, 1 teaspoon in the morning. And if you have COVID, then you're going to take it 3 times a day or 4 times a day. And it's really going to help you. And also, I would have added some pineapple if I had some. I thought about that. Pineapple is really good for congestion, asthma, breathing, and with the COVID, there's a lot of breathing issues that come about, and so you could use fresh pineapple, not canned, and put that in there as well. And then you just blend it up, and it's going to come out like a paste, and you're going to store it in a sealed jar. Needs to be a jar. And give it to your family every day. And oh, I almost forgot the honey. You're going to add the honey, and just keep adding honey until it's sweet enough for your family. And then once it's sweet enough, then you're good to go. I usually do about a cup or so, and it's really good. And my kids take it. If my kids can take it, so can yours. So this is what it looks like. It's a paste. I did forget to tell you that there were lemon and lime and orange in there and coconut oil. But if you will refer to the slide, if you're watching this video, you can pause to write down all the recipes. I will also be including the recipes in an email if you registered for this event. Then you're going to store everything in a mason jar and keep it in your refrigerator, and it lasts for a long time. And if you're eating this, taking this every day, then I mean, you'll have it for a while. You can keep it in your refrigerator for 2 or 3 months and it's okay, but it should be gone before 2 or 3 months. But if it's in there 2 or 3 months or 4 months, it's fine, because it's all natural stuff, and the coconut oil will preserve it. The lime and the lemon will preserve it as well. And I also wanted to tell you that I opened up a bag of licorice tea and poured it in there as well, the ingredients from the tea. So you can do that too. If you don't have peppermint oil, you can use your peppermint tea bags, cut them open, and just put you a couple bags in there. All right, well, I think this will really be a blessing to you guys, and hope that you'll take it. Okay, I wanted to take this time to share with you, if you don't have a blender and you want to make the different drinks or use the different herbs, you can take your vitamin C powder, your zinc powder, like I ordered this on Amazon, and your moringa powder, different things like that, and you could put it in a jar. And if you're not able to afford to buy a blender cup, which they're not that expensive, you can buy the blender ball that goes inside and just put it in the jar and then shake it around like that. Or you can just put it in the jar and shake it, or any type of plastic cup that you have a top to. Small whisk and stir things up. Stir your moringa powder or your barley grass powder or sea moss powder or things like that. This is another type of a whisk that is very similar to the blender ball. You can use this, and it stirs very nicely. I did that this morning when I didn't feel like taking my blender out. And lastly, this is a blender bottle or a blender cup. They have had these out for years. This is nothing new. When my mom was, when I was younger and I was allergic to milk, she would buy the soy gin. I know y'all remember that soy gin. That was some good stuff. And I hate that they discontinued it. And she had a little blender cup, and hers had a little spin around thing. Well, this one has a ball in it. They still make the blender cups with the ball in it, and then you just can put your protein shakes and everything in there, because and then just shake it up, because people will make excuses and say, no, I don't have a blender, so I'm not gonna be able to make me a smoothie. Well, you can do it in a jar, a cup, use a fork, or just get a blender bottle. And I shake this up. I take it to church with me if I'm in a rush, and it works out great and such a blessing, and I still get the vitamins and nutrients that I need. So I just wanted to show you some alternatives for you and your family. You can buy blender cups at the Vitamin Shop, on Amazon, on eBay. Walmart even has them. So the sky's the limit, and everybody has a jar. If you make spaghetti or buy mayonnaise or relish, honey, take your jar and put it in the dishwasher and put it to good use. Recycling is a ministry. So there you have it. That's what you can do. And I've given that exact formula of the natural antibiotic to my daughter. At one point, she was having a fever and she wasn't feeling well. And my son went in there. He got that jar and he gave it to my daughter. And she was feeling better. The next day, she didn't even have a fever. So this stuff really works, you guys. I'm telling you, all the things that I'm telling you are tried and true. It's tried and true because I've tried it, or someone shared it with me and I've tried it. So I just want to just share the testimony so that you guys can have hope. We don't have to have COVID. These are the things that we can do to help us. So here's the recipe. You can go back and press pause on the video after we're done with this presentation and look at the recipe. And I'll also have it in your packet on how to make the natural antibiotic. Now we have lemon water. There are so many benefits of taking lemon water in the morning, first thing on an empty stomach. First, you want to drink some water to wake up your body. Use a glass of water, then drink you some lemon water. We might have to put on a Depend or something like that. I'm being funny, you guys, but might have to run to the bathroom, but it's okay. You need to drink this lemon water. There are so many benefits of drinking lemon water. It's a natural diuretic. It prevents colds and flu. If you take this in the morning before you go to work, this could help you to boost your immune system to keep you from catching COVID. It reduces blood pressure. I'm going to say that again. It reduces blood pressure. It makes you have clear skin. It rehydrates your body. You can lose weight taking this. It reduces stress levels. There's so many things that this does to help you. It improves your athletic recovery. It stabilizes blood sugar levels. There are so many benefits. It's just lemon and a water. And it's good for your liver, and it's rich in a lot of vitamins, and it detoxifies your body as well. So you can go back and read all the different things on here that it does. Garlic is another amazing, awesome natural antibiotic. Let's say you can't make the other one because there's too many ingredients and you don't have time to do it, which I forgot to tell you. My friend, when she does that first antibiotic I told you about, she just does the turmeric, the ginger, the garlic, the lime, the honey, and the cayenne pepper. And she juices everything, and then she adds the turmeric and the cayenne pepper and the honey last. And she puts a lot of honey, and her daughter or kid, she loved it, and it really works. So you can either juice it, do the short form, or do the long list and blend it. Now, back to garlic. Garlic is just amazing. Let me tell you, it gives me energy like nobody's business. I could be sluggish and take some garlic, and it helps. You need to do this first thing in the morning. This will really prevent you from getting COVID. When I was feeling sick and nothing else was working, and I probably had COVID, I took this. My husband brought it into me. It cleared me out. I remember when we kept getting the flu a couple of years back when we started doing this, and my husband had done research, and he came home and said, "Honey, we're all taking it." I said, "Yeah. Are you sure about that?" And I was kind of concerned, but I'm so glad that God showed this to him, because it really works. It reduces your blood pressure. It increases your insulin production. It regulates your blood sugar. It lowers cholesterol. So how many of you guys are having cholesterol issues? You can take garlic. If you have heart issues, you can take the garlic, and that will really help if you're having some congestive heart failure issues. Let me show you how you can do the lemon and the water and the garlic. Hey everybody, I'm gonna show you how to prepare the garlic antibiotic. So you're gonna take your clove. If you still have a pill on it, this is a quick and easy way to do it. Put it under the knife, your big cutting knife, like a chef's knife, and then you're gonna take your fist and smash it on top of the knife, and then you should be able to get the peel off right away. It's just that simple and easy. And then you're gonna dice your garlic into small, minuscule pieces like that. Gonna do it really small, chop it up really fine pieces. Okay, and then you're just gonna put it on a spoon, just like this. And then in the morning time before you go to work, you can just leave this out on the counter for your family. Don't put the honey on it. Just leave the garlic on the spoons and let everybody put their honey on their spoon before they leave. Otherwise, it's gonna taste like garlic. But if you just do it right away, it'll just taste sweet, and the kids won't know if they do it on the way out to school. Now my kids, they make their own garlic spoons. They make them for the family. We line them up like this on a cutting board, and people can just walk by, get their spoon, and then add their garlic. So you're gonna just add the garlic like this, add the honey like this and put it on top of the garlic, and you're gonna baptize that garlic in honey and then you're just gonna swallow it, and you don't have to chew it at all. And see how that looks, and it just tastes really good, and it's not a bad taste. And if you're worried about having bad breath, don't chew it. And then what you're gonna do is use lemon water and drink that right after you take it, and then eat your breakfast right after, because you don't want to just leave garlic on an empty stomach. So if you eat right after, then that's good. Studies have shown if you do the lemon water and garlic first thing in the morning time, then it's going to be very effective. And then when you go to work, then you will be less susceptible to catching viruses, flu, and the COVID and things like that. And it also gives you a lot of energy. So this is how you do it, and I hope that you guys will try it. It'll be such a blessing. And if you're not able to do this, then you can also use the ginger like I said. And if you're not allergic to garlic, then it should be fine. If you cook with garlic, then this will be fine for you to be able to take it. Well, good luck, and I think that you guys will really like it. Okay, so now we're going to be making our lemon water. It's very simple. You're going to take your lemon, leave the peel on. If you don't have a lemon, you can use a lime. And you're going to, if you have like just a regular blender from like Walmart or Shopko or Target or something like that, then you want to slice it in really fine pieces. You can either slice it or dice it, okay? Now, if you have a Blendtec or a Vitamix or a Ninja, then you should be able to just do like this. I usually just go on 4s, and that's it. And then now I'm going to put this in my blender. And I filled my blender up halfway with water. Okay. And you just put the 1 lemon, and halfway, to be exact, is about 4 or 5 cups of water, depending on your blender, okay? And then you want to put it on a high speed, and you're going to blend it for about 3 to 5 minutes. And you want to take this first thing in the morning after you've taken your garlic. You should start your morning out with a glass of water, a tall glass, and then you do your garlic, and then you take your lemon water, then you eat your breakfast. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this up and then show you the results. All right, so we're done blending it. And you know, my mom always likes to drink out of a goblet for her water or anything. You know, stuff just kind of tastes better in a goblet. But here is the lemon water. It looks great. You have to blend it really well. And you want to take this, if you have COVID, you'll want to take this like 3 times a day or more. But please drink a tall glass in the morning before you go to work or school, or before you're going to be around a lot of people. And it just is amazing. And you can store it in a jug or a jar. It needs to be covered. Don't heat the lemon juice, or you're going to cook out the nutrients. And the peeling, the reason why we blended up the peeling is because it has vitamin C, and that it also has antioxidants as well. And the peeling is what cuts the mucus off the back of your throat. So if you do have COVID, you'll want to drink this a lot, and that's going to help to get all that mucus out of your system, and you'll just start coughing it up, and you'll feel so much better. So I want you to try this. You don't need to put any sugar, but if you feel like you have to put sugar, then just go ahead and add stevia or honey. And again, you can drink it cold. Don't heat it up, because you don't want to cook out the nutrients. And this also can help fight cancer as well, and keep those cancer cells out of your body. So this is just a very powerful drink, and I hope you guys will make it. And I know someone, actually, my brother Todd Hunt's mom, Aunt Myrna, she actually took this and she doesn't have cancer anymore because of it. So, this is a powerful drink. It works. I take it when I am sick and it works. I take it when I'm not sick and it works. And it's such a blessing. And you should take it every day. If you have anemia, these are some things you can do: green leafy vegetables. Once again, moringa powder, barley grass, green smoothies, kale smoothies, different types of beans and legumes, lentils, and things like that. So you can go back to the slide and watch it to read all everything on the list. What's your favorite fast food restaurant? Just wondering. Think about that for a minute. All right, so here's an eye opener for you. One day I was on YouTube and I saw this video and I was like, oh, I don't think that's true. People are lying. Well, this man had went to McDonald's and he got this burger and he left the burger in his pocket for a whole year. And he goes, pulls his coat out for the next season and reaches in his pocket and there's this burger there and it still looked the same. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try this. And the next time I have my health seminar in my church, Word of Life, I am going to show this to them. Well, because of COVID, I'm not only going to get to show it to them right now, but I'm going to get to show it to you too. So let's see what the results were.
So, I did an experiment. I saw this video on YouTube and I was like, I wonder if this is true. So I tried it. I went to McDonald's. I bought a hamburger and french fries. And I don't know if you can see the date on the bag, but I bought this on March the 3rd, 2020. At 6:15 p.m. So put it in this bag and it's been in there for almost 6 months now. On September the 3rd, it'll be 6 months. So let's see what this McDonald's and french fries, burger and french fries looks like. Wow. Look at the french fries. I mean, they still look the same and it's been like 6 months almost. That's really something. And then look at the burger. I mean, the bread is not molded. And I don't want to touch it because I want to keep it that way. And then look at that. The burger is still the same. There's no mold on it or anything. I've been trying not to touch it just to preserve it and stuff. And look at that. Look at that. Wow. That is really something. The cheese is still good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this burger. I'm going to go ahead and touch it. But anyway, that is just really something. So we wonder why. So just think about it. I have been eating at McDonald's for years. And my husband, one day we were on a trip and he's like, yeah, I don't eat at McDonald's anymore. I was like, well, don't tell me. I want to go ahead and enjoy my french fries because french fries was my thing. I've never really had a McDonald's burger, but that was just my thing. And so it just was just like, wow, you know, he told me why. Finally, I was like, go on and spoil it, but let me finish my french fries first. And basically what he said is that McDonald's puts a special type of a chemical on their potatoes when they're in the farm. And the chemical has to stay on there for 5 weeks. It's so strong that after the farmers for the McDonald's farm put the chemicals on there, they cannot be on the farm or buy the potatoes for, I believe it's 5 weeks. And the people that live around the potato farms, I mean, they have a lot of allergies and cancer and just different things going on with them. Because of the effects of the fumes that from the chemicals that are used. It affects them poorly. And I was just like, wow. And after they put them in chemicals, and the reason why they put chemicals on them is because they don't want there to be a lot of brown spots and things like that. That is the only French fry with a brown spot in the whole bag, basically, for the most part. And so, look, they do that to preserve the French fries, and then they put sugar on them and other different things to entice you to want to come back. But if the chemicals are that bad for people living around the plant, then why would you want to eat something like that? And I'm sure maybe a lot of you guys didn't know about that, so I just thought I would share that. You can try it yourself. Go to McDonald's, get you some French fries and a burger. Put it in the bag. I set it on top of my refrigerator. And it's been like this and it hasn't changed. And just think, with that burger, you're eating that burger and that's going to be in your body, you know. And if it's staying like that, just imagine what it's doing to your body. What are the chemicals that they're putting on their food to preserve it just so it looks good, so it lasts, so it tastes good, so that when they ship it to China and other places, it's not going to go bad? There's something wrong with that picture. Research and studies have shown that the people who go to McDonald's and other fast foods, especially McDonald's, have a higher rate of heart attack and mortality, because some people go to McDonald's every day or once a week. So think about that. Try to find some healthier restaurant options.
And I also want to add to that when I was at a seminar back in college, I remember this. Someone got up and told us about the shakes. You know, the milkshakes, they're so good. I miss them, but now I try to make healthier ones, vegan ones. And so, anyway, like, you know how hard it is for a shake to go through the straw and everything like that? Just think, when you're eating all this cholesterol and fat from the food that you're getting from the fast foods, you're clogging up your arteries and your veins, and it's hard for the blood and everything to get through and to circulate through your body, and you're causing so much damage and things like that. So rethink where you're going to eat it. Long-term effects on eating junk food, eating a poor quality diet high in junk food is linked to a higher risk of obesity, depression, digestion issues, heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and early death. This is disturbing considering that nearly half of American adults and children eat fast food at least once a week. Some eat it every day. I watched this thing where there was this man, he would order a pizza every day, have it delivered to his house. That was what he ate. Well, one day they didn't hear from him at Domino's. And so they kept on, and a whole week or two went by. So finally they got concerned, and Domino's, one of the employees called the cops. The cops went over there, couldn't get him. So they finally bust down the door, and the man was laid out. He had had a stroke. Can you imagine that? And was laid out from eating pizza every day and whatever else he was eating. And so here's the effects of having a fast food on your body. You can have, I think my screen is covering. There we go. You can have a headache. You can have acne, heart disease, or stroke, high cholesterol, weight gain, blood sugar spike, insulin resistance. You really don't want that. Depression, dental distress, shortness of breath, high blood pressure, extra calories, bloating, and puffiness. Now, how long does it take for meat to digest in your body? Well, there's different studies, a lot of different studies. It depends on the individual's GI tract. Sometimes it could take up to 3 months to fully digest a burger, says the Popular Health Radio program. So it just depends. It can take 24 to 72 hours, but it depends on the medication, what you ate it with, what's the state of your health, and things like that. So, and I've also heard that it takes 5 to 7 days just for red meat to digest in your body. And then if you're not chewing it all the way, it could take even longer. Remember, you are what you eat. Look at that broccoli, how shaped the broccoli is, and then look at the burger, how fatty is. And so if we're consuming these things every day, that's what we're going to look like. And our body's on the inside. Imagine if you could see the inside of your body. Let's start rethinking what we drink. I know some of you guys didn't know this. I've shared this with Word of Life already, but I want to share it with you. Do you know that if you have a 44-ounce fountain drink from the gas station, you are having 38 teaspoons of sugar? Wow. That's an eye opener. Those energy drinks have 13 teaspoons of sugar. Those sport drinks have 8 teaspoons. And then look at those Slurpees down there in the corner, all that you're getting from that. Oh, I used to love going to Quick Trip and getting my orange cream slushy. My. That was some good stuff. But man, after seeing this, I just can't do that anymore. So let's watch this here.
Hey, what are you doing? I just need one more to finish my masterpiece. Did you drink all those? Straight. Well, not all. Today. Do you know how much sugar you drank? Each can has almost 10 teaspoons of sugar. Have one Super Gulpy size soda, and that's 32 teaspoons of sugar from one drink. Think how much that is in a year. If you drink 3 cans of soda a day, easy, you'll be drinking a quarter pound of sugar. That's almost 2 pounds of sugar a week. More than 7 pounds a month. And you drink over 91 pounds of sugar a year. That's more than your own body weight, just from soda.
So, what are you saying?
Did you ever think of water?
Refreshing. What do you call that again?
Water.
Sweet.
Rethink your drink. Choose water.
So let's rethink our drink.
Hey, what are you doing?
Now, what are the causes of heart disease? I know a lot of us, or some of us, might be suffering from cardiovascular disease. And I want to talk about what are the causes, because maybe some of us don't know. Maybe we already know, but we need a reminder. High blood pressure, smoking, alcohol, high cholesterol, diabetes, inactivity, which is not having any exercise, being overweight or obese. So you are at an increased risk of having heart disease if your body mass is 25 or more. If you're a man with a waist, I want you to, after this video, go measure your waist and then pray and talk to God. If your waist is above 37 or more, then you are putting yourself at risk for heart disease. If you're a woman and your waist is 31 inches or more, you are putting your risk at heart disease. This is what causes it, and it'll stay there until you make some changes. Having a large stomach makes you at risk of having a heart attack. You know, when I used to come home for sharing, you know, I always tried to look my best, but you know, as I got a little older, I put a little weight on, and a lot of the people that used to remind me said, "Ooh, look like you picking up a little weight." They're no longer here, and I'm going to miss those reminders. But listen, I don't need nobody to remind me when I get home now. But anyway, sometimes we need those gingerly reminders. We've got to encourage each other that we've got to eat right. We've got to do right. And so if you are having some of these issues, you're moving into having heart disease if you don't already have it. Now, here are some of the foods, the top 10 foods that are the highest in cholesterol. If you're eating those things, you need to rethink your food selections. Egg yolk, fish. Wow, fish. I didn't realize that, because I thought, you know, fish was maybe better than turkey or red meat, but yes, fish actually has cholesterol in it. That's number 3 on the list. Fast foods, animal fat, oil, shellfish, shrimp, I know it's some Adventists out there still eating shellfish and shrimp. Help us, Lord. Help us. Processed meats, red meat, cheese, cakes, pies, cookies. We need to pray when we go into the kitchen and ask God to help us to rethink what we're going to make for our families. And some of us, let me go back for a minute. Some of us think we're doing well to be making that beautiful steak or that cake or that pie or that big macaroni and cheese and lasagna for our family that's loaded in fat. But what we're doing is we're killing them off. And if we really love our family, then we're going to rethink and try to cook things that are healthier and more nutritious. What causes diabetes and high blood pressure? Surprisingly, I thought sugar did. It does, but it's not the main thing. Actually, meat, frying things, the fat from the meat, a poor diet, weight, and inactivity. And then it's the same thing for high blood pressure, including stress. Fat and fried foods is why your bottom number is high. So if you have a bottom number when you take your blood pressure, stop frying your foods. Okay, now, so here's some other things we just went over. Excessive alcohol, that also raises your blood pressure if you have a family history of hypertension. But I want to tell you that exercising can bring your blood pressure down, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Then for your type 2 diabetes, high fat and cholesterol levels, that can mess with your diabetes, being overweight, high blood pressure, smoking. So if you get one, you're going to get the other, and you're going to get the other, and then you finally will have cardiovascular disease. So, and having a secondary life, just sitting there and not doing something. You know what I do? I wear a Fitbit watch. I forget what this one is called, a Garmin, so that I can look and be like, man, I only had 2,000 steps today. I got to get 10,000. So we need to get active and get up and move around. Now, 1 out of 3 people are pre-diabetic. But you know what? There is a cure for diabetes. You can discover how to live a drug-free, pain-free life and be 100% diabetic-free by just the way you eat. So here are some things that you can do to help your health and to change the things that are going on. You can have 7 walnuts a day. That's going to reduce your blood pressure and regulate your cholesterol. Now, you can't be doing this and still picking up some chicken and eating your steak. You're going to have to change your diet too. Don't say, yeah, I'm eating those walnuts every day, but my pressure is still high. And then you probably just had a steak or something too. So you need to be eating walnuts every day. You can go back and read the slide for the benefits. Barley grass is another thing that reduces cholesterol, reduces blood pressure, reduces the risk of heart disease. It builds your immune system. I know sometimes my pressure is up, and I've taken barley grass and exercise and changed my diet. That's helped. You can get it on Amazon. Also, flaxseed, you can take a tablespoon a day. That reduces it can be in oil form, or if it's in seed form, you can grind it up, put it in your oatmeal or something. That helps to prevent cardiovascular disease. Then there's cabbage. If you make coleslaw or cabbage salad, you're lowering your bad cholesterol. You can come back and read this slide and find out more about that. Then once again, there's moringa powder. Moringa has over 92 nutrients, 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatories, 18 amino acids, and the list goes on and on. And this normalizes your blood. It helps with your cholesterol. It grows your hair. Oh, there's so many things it does. It helps with your blood sugar, increases mental clarity. It's an anti-inflammatory. So I really want to encourage you to get this, and it boosts your immune system. And look at all the nutrients from taking it. It has 7 times more vitamin C than oranges, and 2 times more protein than that of yogurt, and 4 times more calcium than that of milk. If you just juice sweet potatoes, it's going to boost your immune system. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it regulates your blood sugar. So if you guys have a juicer, start juicing. or you can put it in your blender and add it to your smoothie, and it's all the same thing. And I hear people say, no, I don't like to juice, because see, then you throw away everything in the back. Well, listen, I'm going to send you a recipe on how you can make pulp salad, and it tastes just like Wham salad. And you take that pulp, you don't throw it away, and you make you a salad, and it's the bomb, and you can put it on your wraps. Then you're eating everything. You're getting the fiber, and you're getting the high forms of the vitamins and things like that. Celery helps to lower your blood pressure. It helps you to sleep better. Carrots lowers the risk of you getting heart disease. And you can go back and read this slide as well. Beets helps with the increase of circulation. So you can find out different things that you can juice. Now, the benefits of cinnamon. It's amazing. Cinnamon and chromium supplement lowers your blood sugar. The research concluded after a study was done for 40 days that it lowered glucose levels, triglycerides, LDL, and the total cholesterol in people with type 2 diabetes. And it also helps with heart disease, and it improves your insulin. So you can ask your doctor and you can get it in pill form and take this. There's also apple cider vinegar. If you're not into taking your apple cider vinegar, I know someone that took that, and I think it took their diabetes away. And so I want to encourage you to do your apple cider vinegar. Or you can make your own probiotic. You can Google on YouTube how to make your own probiotic. Now, for eye health, you can blend up a bunch of fresh parsley, fresh cilantro, callaloo, which is a Jamaican spinach or regular spinach. And I was on a health seminar one day on my friend's prayer line, and this lady took this every day, and she was blind. And after 3 years, she was able to see again from taking this. Now, I have this video that I would like to show you. We're not going to watch the whole thing, just a few clips from it. And I want to encourage you to go back and watch this video online.
Animals are largely fed GMO corn and soy, which are very laden in pesticides. PCBs have been banned since the 70s, but they persist in the environment. Dioxins, all of these compounds can create hormonal, reproductive, developmental damage as well.
Eating organic beef, poultry, pork, or fish will not help you avoid contaminants like mercury, like dioxins, like strontium-90, because they fall out over all sorts of farm fields and water bodies, and they don't skip over the organic fields. And so really the contaminants are coming in regardless of how these animals are raised.
I had always been concerned about the possible health impacts of GMOs, but then found out that most of the world's GMO crops are actually consumed by livestock, with dairy cows consuming the most per animal. This fact, with everything I'd learned about bioaccumulation, made dairy terrifying, especially considering how much cheese I ate in my life.
Cheese is an amazing product when you think about it. It's probably one of the single best foods at compromising health that you're going to actually feed to people. Think about it. You've got an animal product, so you've got all the issues of biological concentration. You have a highly processed food product, and not only does it have naturally a lot of saturated fat, but you put a lot of salt into it.
There's a strong link between dairy foods and autoimmune diseases, and so that can show itself up as excessive production of mucus and exacerbation of asthma in kids who are prone to that, and even adults. And also there's an association between dairy foods and multiple sclerosis and type 1 diabetes, which is an autoimmune disease, and other rheumatologic problems.
Cow's milk is baby calf growth fluid. That's what the stuff is. There's absolutely no child or human on earth who actually needs the milk of a cow any more than they need the milk of a giraffe or a mouse.
Most people in the world are lactose intolerant. I mean, that's the normal state of affairs. Why would your body create this enzyme to digest lactose after weaning, after infancy? It doesn't make any sense.
73% of African Americans are lactose intolerant, 95% of Asians, roughly 70% of Native Americans, and about 53% of Hispanic Americans are lactose intolerant. Our government is encouraging Americans of color to eat foods that it knows is going to make them ill. Ultimately, what that boils down to is the government is telling me as an African American to eat food that's going to make me ill for no health benefit so that it will benefit dairy farmers. And that's a form of institutionalized racism.
Yeah, milk is a risky food for human consumption. As a pediatrician, I see on a daily basis children suffering from conditions that are linked or associated to dairy consumption, such as eczema, acne, constipation, acid reflux, iron deficiency, anemia. Cow's milk protein is the most allergenic food.
People think, well, no, I want hormone-free, not injected with bovine growth hormone. But milk is this hormonal fluid, so it's just packed with sex hormones and natural sex steroid hormones like estrogen, progesterone. In fact, doesn't matter if it's conventional milk, doesn't matter if it's organic milk. Milk without hormones, that's an oxymoron. Organic dairy has just as much saturated fat and cholesterol and galactose and all the things that you don't want as conventional dairy.
Dairy products in general have a lot of other products associated with it, not the least of which is pus. I mean, they actually have laws limiting how much pus you can actually have in a milk and still sell it. I believe it's like 750,000 pus cells per cc. Because, I mean, you wouldn't want too much pus and it'd be like pure pus. People might object. In fact, you could think of cheese as kind of coagulated cow pus, if you would.
But I was always told that we need milk for strong bones.
I'm Jane Chapman, and not too long ago, finally got some x-rays of the hips and back. Severe bilateral osteoarthritis of the hips. And actually, I'm scheduled for 2 hip replacements. That's bone on bone. It's the grinding of the joints. My stability is scary. I hold on to the walls if I'm at home. I've been told to use a walker. I'm only 61. This is not how you're supposed to live when you're this old. I have a really hard time believing that that's all that's left.
Researchers have studied bone development in kids and whether they get stress fractures and that kind of thing. And the kids who drink the most milk have 0 protection. Milk does not build strong bones. Harvard researchers have looked at a large group of older women. Over an 18-year period, the milk drinkers had 0 protection from fractures. So this old notion that somehow milk is going to build strong bones or protect your bones later in life, it's a myth.
People that drink milk have higher rates of hip fractures, have more cancer, and live shorter lives.
It turns out that countries with the highest dairy consumption also have the highest rates of osteoporosis, so clearly drinking more milk doesn't protect your bones. Doing more research, I found that dairy was linked to many different types of cancer as well. Just like many of us, I thought that the majority of cancer was due to genes, but only 5 to 10% of cancer is actually genetic.
Any cancer is caused by a DNA mutation, but that's not enough. So that can cause that first cancer cell, but 1 cancer cell never killed anyone. 2 cancer cells never killed anyone. But 1 billion cancer cells, now we're running into problems. So we need to reduce the growth factors in our body, like IGF-1. Insulin-like growth factor 1 is this cancer-promoting growth hormone involved in every stage of cancer cell growth and spread and metastases. Any animal protein boosts the level of IGF-1.
Dairy products increases your risk for various forms of cancer, especially those related to your hormones. So breast cancer, prostate cancer, ovarian cancer. So this is not a product, even in its most pure state, you want to be consuming because it does come with risk.
I found out that dairy can increase a man's chance of getting prostate cancer by 34%. And for women who've had breast cancer, just 1 serving of whole dairy a day can increase their chance of dying from the disease 49%, and dying from anything 64%. Why weren't breast cancer sites like Susan G. Komen warning everyone about this?
For calling Susan G. Komen, this is Jocelyn. How may I help you?
So we're wondering why you don't have a huge warning about the dangers of consuming dairy on your website when there's a direct link to breast cancer. There was a study published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute that found out women consuming dairy who has had breast cancer increases their risk of dying of breast cancer 49%. I was wondering why it's not on your website.
We cannot answer these types of questions.
Once again, another health organization rep saying someone else would have to answer my question. Rather than risk being stood up again, I went straight to the local Susan G. Komen chapter to see if they would answer my questions. They didn't want to answer my questions in person either, and told us to stop filming, but promised they would connect me to the national office directly. Susan G. Komen's Pink Ribbon campaign had done a lot to raise awareness for breast cancer. Although it was confusing to see pink ribbons on dairy yogurt containers.
Breast cancer can be prevented with a healthy diet and lifestyle, but we're not. We're talking about pink ribbons and putting all the money into research for the cure. I, for one, know that I would want my daughter, my mother, me, I want to focus on not getting to that point, and that's where I would like to see more energy and effort put.
I had been a hardcore cheeseaholic virtually my entire life, despite the risks, but like so many others, I seem to have been addicted to it.
It turns out that the casein protein, that's the main protein in dairy products, and particularly in cheese, it breaks apart in the human digestion to create what are called casomorphins, casein-derived morphine-like compounds that go to the brain, and they attach to the very same receptor that heroin attaches to. Don't get me wrong, they're not as strong as that, but they are strong enough to make you come back again and again and again, despite the fact that you're gaining weight, you're more unhealthy than you've ever been, but that cheese.
So that's where we're going to stop for now. You can go on YouTube and watch the video yourself. Just wanted to give you a little commercial break. It's called What the Health. These are doctors and specialists speaking on research and studies. And it's a really amazing video. So here's some natural painkillers that you can take. You can go back and watch this slide yourself and pause it for some of the things to help you with that. Clove is for tooth and gum inflammation. Apple cider vinegar is for heartburn and headaches. And ginger is for muscle pain. Cherries is for joint and headache. And turmeric is for chronic pain. Peppermint is for sore muscles. You can take essential peppermint oil and put about 10 drops in your bathtub, 5 to 10 drops with baking soda. Another friend of mine, Dr. Pemberton, told me about that. And you can put that on there, and that will really help you in taking a bath with sore muscles. So there's a list, and you can check that out. Also, for dealing with pain relief, you can have turmeric, lemon, ginger, and cayenne pepper. You can juice 2 carrots, 1 sweet potato, and some pineapple and ginger. That's 2 different types of drinks that you can juice and take. They're anti-inflammatory drinks, and I've taken them. And I've taken the sweet potato one, but mine was sweet potato, carrots, and apples. And actually my mom used to give that to my dad, and that would lower his sugar. And one thing the doctor said is that had he changed his diet sooner, he might have been around longer, but he waited. He ate crazy his whole life that he waited too late. And the last 2 years of his life, he decided to change, but it was too late. And I remember my dad, he would go to McDonald's or Burger King, and if it was just a Big Mac, he had to get 2 burgers on his Big Mac. If it was a meat lover's pizza with just the hamburger, he got triple hamburgers on there to take the place of the pepperoni and the other meats that, we don't eat as believers of the word of God. And so anyway, so he just ate really crazy. He would eat a dozen donuts by himself. He'd put half and half over his cereal. I hope I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. And it was crazy. And I almost picked up some of his habits as far as half and half on cereal, but I don't do that anymore, praise God. And he said, well, we all got to go somehow. But I sure wish he was still here. And so if you want to be here longer, you have to rethink what you're eating. Sea moss is another great thing that you can take. It helps with pain. It helps boost your immune system. It helps with anemia and things like that. And so check this out. Do some research. You can get it in powder form, or you can buy the dried sea moss and make it in liquid form. So check that out. Here's some other ways you can manage your pain. You can check out some of these things. My son has sickle cell, and we do the Clarify Balm paste right here, and that really, really helps him a lot. And so I rub it into his skin, his joints where they're hurting it when he's having his pain crisis, and it really works. Epsom salt works, curcumin, which is turmeric, and other things that are natural that help. Peppermint oil and hemp oil helps as well. And hemp comes from the plant. Okay, we're gonna move on. So how to take the natural remedies as we close. There's barley grass. You can do 1 to 2 tablespoons, add it to a smoothie or drink the moringa powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons, or if you can handle, 1 tablespoon daily, you can add those things to smoothie or juice. and you have to add it to a liquid. Then the apple cider vinegar, take 1 to 2 tablespoons a day. And if you have a headache, you can take that and you just add the tablespoon into some water and you take that. Or you can add it with maple syrup or honey. And then the cinnamon cumin, you will have to consult your doctor. So as we close, you can exercise. These are some things you can do. I love couple workouts. I'm still working on trying to work out more. Shh, don't tell my husband or kids. They already know. But I'm still trying to work on that. You can do family workouts. Even just walking is great. So you can go back and refer to this slide. And then I just want to show you this. And I want to end with you guys standing up and doing some of these exercises. So come on, get up out of your seat, jump up, shake it off, and you guys try to do this. Is gospel Zumba, and I think that you'll really like it. We're just gonna do a few seconds of it.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Just dance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, for those who are senior citizens, there's chair exercises here. This will be in your packet. And then this is a video. You can get all these on YouTube. Here, this is for my senior citizens or young at heart or those people who have health challenges and are not able to get up. I would like for you to try a few chair exercises.
Looking forward to exercise. We actually don't have any official rest times today, but that doesn't mean you can't rest. You can pause.
I'm sorry, that's not the chair exercise.
Not going to count any reps today, either in the warm-up or in the workout. It's really just about moving at a pace that you feel comfortable with. This is a total body routine. Everything's going to get hit today. Good, making sure to breathe. Let's do this one for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're moving into a twist. I'm going to do standing. Claudia's seated. A little weight back in my hips. We're going to bend over just slightly, get core tight, and we're twisting side to side. Now this one is a little bit funny in that you really need to make a decision on your own how far you feel comfortable twisting. You might have great range of motion and mobility and be able to go all the way side to side, or you might be good here at about a 30-degree turn. So you decide which one is right for you.
All right, so you can look these up, and
Looking
great
forward.
one too. You can look
Looking
it on
forward
YouTube,
to exercise.
Team
We
Body Project.
actually don't have any.
It's Team Body Project, and you can check that out. So these are the things you can do. You can eat raw foods. This prevents a lot of and improves your health, your overall health. This is a part of the original diet that God had in the Bible for us: fruits, nuts, and grains. Raw foods is where you can incorporate raw fruits and vegetables that are not cooked to your diet. And this keeps your body functioning at the highest level. It adds years of life. It's the fountain of youth. It gives you energy and allows you to be able to work for the Lord, to hasten his soon return. So here's some creative things that you can do with your family. On Sundays, you can have soup, salad, sandwich Sunday. You can have meatless Monday or meatloaf Monday. We hope it's a vegetarian or vegan meatloaf. You can have Taco Tuesday, Raw Wednesday, Thai Asian food Thursday, fresh fruit Friday, or fresh foods on Friday. It can be fresh fruits and vegetables on Friday that you are incorporating with your meals. And then spaghetti and smoothie Saturdays. There's all sorts of things you can do, but be creative. I would like to encourage you guys to try a 14-day vegan challenge where you go plant-based for 14 days. Or maybe you want, even after 14 days, you say, well, let's go some more. Let's do 21 days. And after you've done 21 days, you say, well, let me just go ahead and finish it out for the month. So I want to encourage you and empower you to try this today and watch things change. You will feel so much better. And here's your breakfast. Make sure you're putting fruits in your cereal. You can put all sorts sorts of things. We try to add fruits in our salad. You're making your smoothies every day. Look at this delicious food. They even have mason jar salad. You can prep your food and have it already, wraps and everything. So these are just some meal ideas. Cobb salad. I remember I went over my cousin Tisa's. Oh, she made me the best Cobb salad. I had never had it before and loved it. Here's some raw creation things. Just be creative. Look, there's even raw lasagna and raw spaghetti, and you can add these to your cooked foods. And so you are what you eat. So I want you guys to make some healthy choices. Look at these two ladies right here. One has on tennis shoes, the other has on heels. Now, does the one look like with heels on, does she look like she's serious? Do you look like she's ready? Does she look like she's ready? No. I want to encourage you to be that lady who has on tennis shoes, who is ready to take off and try something new. This is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. And you can do it gradually. And I had to pray, and God helped me to be able to change my diet and go from vegetarian to vegan. If God can help me to do it, I know that He can help you to do it too. Look at this young lady here. She's up in the air. She's excited. She's happy. And I want to encourage you guys to reach and achieve wellness. If you start eating healthy, you're going to be able to be just like that lady and be able to jump up in the air. And if you can't jump, then you might be able to walk, or you might be able to run better. You might be able to put your walker away, or you just might be able to just breathe better and be in existence. But you can do it. And you just talk to God and He will help you. And you have a loving first lady and pastor. Your First Lady Loretta, she knows how to throw down in that kitchen and make some amazing vegan meals. So you can talk with her and get some ideas and eat some chicken from me. My, I wish I was there to have some. And you've got your pastor there. They are there to motivate you and encourage you and help you along your way. And just like your pastor sings that song, I give myself away. I want you guys to give yourself away to God so that you can be used as a vessel for Him, allowing Him to impress upon your heart what to do. Well, that's the end of my presentation. I want to encourage you guys just to do well. If you would like more information, if you would like a packet, you can email me at smiley.chelise@yahoo.com, or it's either gmail.com. I think it's Yahoo. SMILEY.CHELISE@yahoo.com, and you can get your packet. All right, so here's some extra resources. May God continue to bless you. Thank you for tuning in. I have a smoothie if you would like to watch the smoothie demonstration, but I'll repeat it again tomorrow. It depends on how many people stay. But I have a smoothie if you would like to watch the demonstration for the smoothie at the end. May God bless you guys. And don't forget, our virtual cooking class is tomorrow at 10 a.m., same time, same place. At 10 a.m., you can go on omahasharon.sda.org, or for those of you all who have the Zoom code, please make sure you press mute before you get on, or get on your computer or your tablet or your smart TV or your phone. We look forward to going over some amazing experiences so you can learn how to make some healthy, tasty options for your family. Here's the smoothie demo, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. So today I'm going to be making a green smoothie, a fruit smoothie, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to be putting a lot of nutritious things in there. So I've started by filling my blender with halfway, a little over the halfway mark, with spinach. What I do is I buy the leaf lettuce spinach in the bag, and then you put them in the freezer and they'll still have the nutrients in there, and then it'll last longer, and you can keep it in your freezer and pull it out for smoothies. So next I put 4 scoops of organic protein, plant-based nutrition. This is a protein shake. Put that in there, and the thing about this is it'll tell you how many scoops to put per the amount of liquid that you have in there. And so I'm probably gonna have well over 10 ounces of water. So, and then you have to add up for all the stuff when it's blended, when all the food and everything is blended. So I put 4 scoops. I normally just put 2 if I'm trying to stretch it and make my canister to last for a long time. You can get this on Amazon, you can get it at Walmart, you might even be able to get this at Sam's. But we try to use plant-based protein shakes. The ones that are whey have milk in them. And so we try to stay away from the whey type of protein shakes. And you can get pea protein, you can get a soy protein shake. There's all sorts of the rice protein. So there's something for everybody. I don't really know of anybody allergic to rice. So there's different ones that you can get. This is the vanilla one. Then I put 2 tablespoons of this Super Seed Nutiva blend in here. It has ground flax, ground chia, and ground hemp seed in here, and it also has coconut. And this is an organic superfood. We try to put this in all our smoothies. And look at all those omega-3s that are in there, which would be really amazing for your diet. The reason why a lot of us are getting sick is because of lack of nutrients and vitamins in our diets. And then lastly, I put 2 heaping tablespoons of the organic moringa powder in here by Nature Vibe Botanicals, and you can get 1 bag of this off of Amazon. It's only like, I think $9.99, and it lasts for a long time because it's a pound. And this lasts for a long time too. And this will give you energy. It helps to prevent cancer. It's going to keep you from catching the coronavirus. It's got over 90 nutrients in there, and there's antioxidants in there. There's all sorts of amazing things in there. This will grow your hair. It helps with diabetes. It helps with high blood pressure. If you're having problems using the restroom, it helps with constipation. It helps with a lot of things. If you will just Google it, and even if you're not sick, you don't need to say, oh, I'm not sick, so I don't need to take this. It's just good to take it so you can be healthy on a regular basis. But if you don't have time to make a smoothie, then again, you can put all of this, the powders, with some soy milk, almond milk, or rice milk, and put it in a blender cup and just shake it. You could at least put this, and this. You wouldn't be able to do the fruits and stuff like that. But it's important to get this in every day, and you're going to see a difference, and you're going to start to feeling better. Okay, so now I've added some frozen blueberries. I got these at Aldi's. They're unsweetened. And if you're diabetic, blueberries and different berries are ideal. Like if you're on insulin, these are ideal and don't rise up your sugar. Blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, also peaches and things like that. Those are a lot easier and safer to take. I like to do a combination of raw and frozen so that you get the full benefit. And we need to have 5 servings of raw fresh fruits per day. And a serving would be like in the palm of your hand or a cup. And then you would need to fill the whole palm of your hand, or you could just use a measuring cup. And so I use some apples, and you know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I'm going to put these apples in the blender. I've even done bananas. You can use whatever fruit you would like to. And now I'm going to add the liquid. And then see, we're getting our servings of our raw vegetables because we have our frozen non-cooked spinach in there. So that's 2 servings right there that you're going to be getting, which is amazing.
So now I usually try to fill the blender about halfway with water, or a little over the halfway mark, okay? And you can add it and make it to your thickness, but if you put too much water in there, then it's gonna be running over, okay? And then I usually keep my hand on the top of the blender while I'm blending it. We're gonna blend this and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is gonna how it's going to look after you've blended it, and it's gonna be kind of like a purplish color, but this is a great way to sneak fruits and vegetables in if you have kids that don't like fruits and vegetables. And my kids were just laughing at this when I said this a few minutes ago. However, they love fruits and vegetables. But like, I've had people over in the past and I've made them smoothies and they didn't even know there was spinach in there. And another way to do it, you can use blueberry and the just get the berry blend and put the spinach in there, and they won't even know that they're having spinach and apples and all that. And then if you have to trick your spouses, even your grown-up kids, this is a way to do it, and they'll really love it, and it's good. You can add ice to it if you like it thicker. If it's not sweet enough, you can put dates, you can put agave syrup or honey or something like that to make it sweeter. Now, I used water. It's the quickest, the cheapest way, but you can also use almond milk or rice milk to do that. I also, for my beginner smoothie drinkers, I use juice. I use the white peach grape juice to make the smoothies, and it's really good. And so that's another way. And then you would just want to buy the plant-based that doesn't have any flavor, but it has all the nutrients if you're going to use juice. And the unflavored plant-based ones are actually cheaper. And so you can use apple juice, you can use your favorite juice and just put it in there if you really want to make it good and you want your kids and family members to get all the benefits of it. But this is actually really good, and it's actually, to me, sweet enough. So I think your family will really enjoy it. And you're going to have a lot of energy, and it's good to try to do this first thing in the morning. I even take and make jars of it and put it in the refrigerator, so I have it ready to go in the morning. You can even save like your spaghetti jars and stuff like that. I also rinse out my water bottle with hot water, put my name on it, and I'll pour my smoothie in there. And on Sunday, you can make a whole bunch of smoothies and put them in your freezer and ready to grab them. And then by lunchtime, your smoothie is thawed out. Or if you wake up at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, you could put your smoothie out on the counter, and then it should be thawed maybe by the time you're driving to work or getting to work. And then you can, now I don't recommend sipping on smoothies all day because it's kind of like a meal, so you need to just drink it. Drink it in one setting so you can get the full benefits, and drink it with your meal, or if you're using it to replace a meal, then do that. But you don't want to just be sipping on it all throughout the day, because snacking isn't good. But if you have to snack, then it's better to do it with smoothies or fruits, and snack on some carrots or some grapes or apples or something like that. But this is just another way to make a smoothie. All right, so what do you guys think about the smoothie?
So delicious and sweet.
All right,
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Good. You can taste the blueberry and all of it. It's really good.
All right, great way to start the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if my kids can drink their smoothie, so can yours, and adults, so can you. All right, well, enjoy being a healthy, happy you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so that was the smoothie demonstration. You can prep it up like that, put it in bags, have it ready, and just going to share these slides for you to go and set at the end, and that's pretty much it. May God bless you guys and keep you guys. And I know you guys can do it with God's help. Rethink your drink, rethink your food, exercise, and just rethink your lifestyle, and just ask God to help you and show you how can you be a better you for Him. How about that? For Him. And one of the ways you can do that is by exercising and eating healthy and changing your diet. So you ask yourself that question: how can you be a better you for God? Blessings on everybody and take care.